Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope you all are doing wonderful today. Can you give me lotion? Not the thing. Hope you all are doing wonderful today. I'm cold, so I have on this jacket, but I'm really cold. Anyways, I am back today with a video. Before I get started, if you are new coming across this video for the first time, hey, my name is Deidre and I am your certified life coach, and I help women I help rehabilitate women who have experienced toxic relationship cycles so they can boss up and break free. So today, guys, I wanted to talk about purpose and where are you going. Before I get started, I wanted to give you three scriptures. So let's dive in. The first scripture is Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. And it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Job 42, verse 2 says, I know that you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted. And the last scripture is coming from Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. It says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans." So this is gonna be quick. I just wanted to talk about purpose for an instance. I decided to look up the Greek and the Hebrew meaning of purpose, and basically what it means is like a blueprint. It's an adjective of a person or a thing. Is an example of where a person is going. A purpose could be of what the end goal is. So the reason why I wanted to discuss purpose, I feel like purpose in the toxic cycles, the pains that we are produced from those toxic cycles, can affect purpose. It can affect where you're going, where you're headed, where you think you're going. And we need to be healed from those past pain points in order to have a clear vision of where we're going, what we've been called to do. And typically, sometimes what we've been called to do or what we have a passion for can literally be hidden and it can be buried when we've been bruised very badly. So, what I want today is kind of let you have a fresh outlook on, like, hey, what it is that I really want to do and how am I going to get there. So, what I want you to do is list every passion that you ever had. Like, every passion, every vision. Like, I want you, the list doesn't have to be too long or too short, whatever. I want you to list everything that you have been passionate about and what you have been wanting to do. And then what I want you to do is just reflect on that list for a second and really ask yourself, okay, what has caused me, and this is going back to limited beliefs, but what has caused me to kind of feel like, hey, I can no longer do that, or not necessarily no longer doing it, or what has kept me from doing it. You know what I'm saying? So say you have this passion and this dream of starting your own business, right? Whatever the business is catering to, you've had that. But say, like, hey, you realize the business is not up and running because you just are scared that it will fail. So then now what would happen is, well, why do you think it would fail? Maybe there was a lot of failure in your past life where you dealt with relationships, you dealt with people, even yourself. You feel like you have failed yourself through a lot of stuff by allowing certain people to come in your life. That failure may now seep its way into you not wanting to take a step of faith and really walk into something that has been a passion for yours for a long time. So we have to now understand in our minds, okay, how can we break from what bad outcomes happened in the past and just start stepping forward so we can really have a fresh perspective that everything won't always end in the same things that we were a victim to. So, what I want you to do is just think like long and hard about that. Like, hey, what is it that I really, really want to do? What do I want to do? And really feed into that. And how you feed into your purpose, it starts through writing first. It does. Because I believe when we can write and visibly start seeing the things that are circling and having activity within our mind, we now are bringing them to life by now writing it on a paper and confronting it, right? Like I said before in my videos, you're now confronting something that has been resting within your mind. And once you do that, now you can bring those words to life by putting an action behind it. And it could be the smallest action. But what I want you to do is start being intentional and purposeful about your purpose. Start being intentional and purposeful about what you're going to do to sit here and execute that purpose. And with my third scripture, when I talked about in Proverbs 16:3, it says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." So yes, even though we are going to have our plans, right? We're going to sit here and have everything that we're passionate about. But ultimately, I had a thought of, when you do this, it's just like bringing your boss your proposal of a project or something, right? And you're presenting him with something that is going to be done within the company. But obviously there is a team that's higher up than you that has to look through this proposal, and maybe through the proposal it won't be everything won't be presented within the company, because they may decide to remove something that you decided to suggest. But that doesn't mean they throw everything you propose out the way. They just don't. They're going to do it in a way that represents their company to the best of their ability. And that's the same thing with God. When you are committing to God and you are literally putting Him as number one, yes, we're writing down every thought that's coming, but now because of your commitment to Him, ultimately He is going to sit here and review those plans and now shift it and align it with how He predestinated for you to walk in it. And with Him doing that, that means now it's perfected. So it's almost like with you writing out what you're passionate about, you're doing the rough draft and He's doing the final copy. And with Him doing that, there will be perfect words that will be produced out of your life. And that's what we want. So I want you to start, as much as we've been talking about being freed from our traumas, being freed from our pains, so that it doesn't sit here and infect and contaminate our future and our present. I want you to now keep doing that, but now start focusing on what you are supposed to be doing. So whatever you're called to, maybe you've been called to sing, maybe you've been called to write books, maybe you've been called to have your business, your hair business, nail business, nursing business. I don't know. Whatever you've been called to do, coaching business, whatever it has been called to do, I really want you to start feeding your purpose. We feed our pains more than we feed what we've been called to do, because we have made pain our resting place. And even though it's good to sit here and feel, like I said, there's nothing wrong with feeling what has been done to you, because you didn't deserve that. But what we can't do is make that our resting place where now everything in our life is catered to everything we've been through. There's more for you. There's something great in you that is ready to be fed and birthed out. But because we have now allowed pain to tell us who we are, we neglect the very thing that makes us wonderful, that makes us beautiful, that makes us beautiful in God's eyes. So, what I want you to do is start feeding your purpose, feeding the things that God has been calling and pushing you to do. And you know what you've been called to do. You know what, and even if you're like not sure, just start with, what are your interests? What do you really, really love to do? And as you start feeding those interests, I'm telling you, slowly things are going to be activated within your mind to see things that you love in a creative space. And now you're going to start just having producing thoughts that says maybe I can do this with this, or maybe I can do this with that. But what you're ultimately doing is sitting here and shifting your mind to adapt to what God intended you to do in the earth in the first place, right? And that's what we want. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys, is to start feeding your purposes, start feeding your destiny so you can walk in it. You God is, like I said yesterday, is deeming you skillful. He's deeming you qualified because of your heart posture, because he's not thinking about like all the things that you've been through in the past, all the things that make people deem you an outcast or reject you or make you seem like now that you've done this, you're not worthy enough to ever come back. No, he's deeming you as, I see your heart, you're skillful, and I want you to execute this because I know through you it can be done in a mighty way. So I want you all to just have a wonderful weekend. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do a video on Sunday because we're celebrating my youngest daughter's birthday tomorrow. So we're having a get together for that. And then I'll be out and about like all day. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do a video, but if I can, I possibly may do a quick one, like a 1 or 2 minute video early in the morning, or may just do a late night video, but I'm not sure. But if you do not see me Sunday, you will definitely see me Monday. But until next time, choose to have a wonderful day, guys. Choose to have a wonderful day. And I love you guys so very much. Bye.